You'll often hear people say that life is short, therefore XYZ, right? Therefore you should do this or that. But actually, I think life is long. It's really long, and it's only getting longer, right? If you think about it, the average life expectancy has only gone up, and the moment we figure out how to, solve a lot of aging problems, suddenly we could be living hundreds of years. And the reality is, life is long even if you only live 80 years, because every decade is fairly long. Um, so it's worth investing in long term value, right? So things like your reputation, your network, your compounding assets, your compounding skills, right? Your connections and relationships overall, your emotional well being and skills and health, your physical fitness and health, because that's a long term investment as well, right? The more muscle you gain early on, the more muscle you'll have when you're 80, 90, 150, right? Whatever it might be. But the interesting thing is, it's so easy to get caught up in the short term and think in terms of years rather than decades or even centuries. But if you invest in things like your reputation and network and relationships, what you'll find is you might take short term financial losses, but people will come to you when they're looking for someone that they can trust, someone who will do what they say they'll do, someone who will be consistent and actually follow through on their commitments, right? Because when you make a promise and you keep it, even if it loses you money, what you're showing people is that you're the kind of person who will keep your promises. And so the next time they're looking to close a deal with someone, they're going to choose you, even if the other side is offering them more money, right? And I think that's so easy to underestimate. And people don't realize that, like, that kind of integrity actually makes you profit in business in the long run, right? That kind of trust makes you profit in the long run. So it's worth taking a short-term hit to lots of things if it's going to give you a long-term benefit. So life is long. Try to build and prioritize around the long-term aspects of your life that you value the most. One way to do that is to just ask yourself, like, if I stick with this philosophy for 50 years, right? So let's say you have a decision to make and you're like, all right, if I make this decision a certain way, and that's the way I continue to make that decision for the next 50 years, how will my life look? And is that the life I want to lead? And if the answer is no, then don't do it. Do the opposite, right? If it's like, all right, I can lie here to gain $10,000, but would I want to be doing that for the rest of my life? No, then I won't do it now. I'll tell the truth and I'll miss out on $10,000. That's fine, for example, right? And you know that in the long run, 50 years from now, you'll be glad that you made that choice.